Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Our good friend Holly Schock sits in as our guest co-host for the week. Scotty Mays and John Morris join in for the fun. Nobody says anything that we shouldn't say. Thanks, Patrick. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence.
I was trying to catch that on the air, Holly. Really?
Oh, great. We get a name.
Well,
This is fantastic.
this is only a test.
Scotty, did you
Yeah, let's, is it actually a test? I'm not hearing anything actually broadcasting right now, so it was just a test.
Isn't it?
It wasn't an alarm. It wasn't an alert. It was just a test, or I screwed something up. Hey, this is the Life Radio Show, in case you didn't notice from the whatever it is we started doing as soon as the show began, which was about which was about 9 minutes late, thanks to the worst Black Sabbath tune I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I am Potassium Man.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith. Sitting in this week, this week with... well, this is the whole show for the week. So my guest co-host for the week is Holly Schock.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be back here. I didn't miss the exit this time. Woohoo!
You know, I was just about to tell you to pull that microphone closer, and then I decided... you're good.
Oklahoma, where the Cowboys
in
do
fact,
something.
get a little further away.
How about Omaha? What's that line in Tootsie?
yeah, Scotty's already nervous. Scotty Mays is sitting in with us.
It's so sweaty.
Yeah.
So sweaty.
It is a little hot in here, Scotty.
My 5 head is on fire.
Your what? What was?
The 5 head.
Are we comparing
okay.
airlines? Is that what we're doing?
Challenge not accepted.
You want to take Little Bag?
John Morris is also in the studio.
Johnny.
Hey,
Johnny.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Applause break for John.
The only one I've ever gotten.
Only one he's ever gotten. And that's just for showing up.
Yeah.
This is the easiest open mic you'll ever go to.
All right.
All right.
Am I running bits right now?
I hope not. Because if you do, I'm going to tell you to work on it.
Yeah. All of it.
Yeah, but yeah,
Anything
whatever.
you bring up,
Yep.
I could laugh, but you should still work on it.
Right. And I'm laughing at how much work it needs. Just because I'm thinking about how funny it's going to be 6-7 years from now.
I'm going to quit by that.
It's like Jane's Addiction. That you're just way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Like your comedy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just you're ahead of your time.
Once I die, I'll finally be appreciated.
That happens a lot with I mean, not with you. You don't. You've only got the one shot.
Specifically with you.
Right. Other
seen the
people.
future.
That's true. Well, we've both died a lot.
Did you guys get
stage,
Narcaned? How'd that happen? You guys realized?
I've seen some open micers that probably should have been Narcan when they were on stage.
There was some this Sunday.
Why do you think I left
really?
early?
Surprisingly racist show. It got oddly racist.
Awesome. That's always good.
Oddly
Wow.
racist?
Oddly
As opposed to
Yeah.
wrecked racist?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a way to do it.
Yeah, not the normal kind of racist. Oddly racist. That's that's
Kid friendly.
yeah, but it's a kid friendly racist.
The kid tested, mother approved.
Right. How did the fellow with the pink cowboy hat? How did he do?
I don't like to badmouth people.
Okay, well, enough said.
It was his first time.
Right. But but even so, the pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we said when he brought it out.
Yeah, I was wondering because I saw him and it's like, okay, I'll just see what this guy's got. First time up,
It's
and then I
not like
saw
we
that. It's like, no, I think I'm gonna head home early.
It's not like we didn't try to warn him. Everyone told him, like, hey, you should probably not wear that.
Yeah, you shouldn't wear that. In fact, if you have any plungers, I'd bring them out.
Oh,
Just
man.
go.
What happened to him? Is he?
I don't know.
I
I
don't want
don't
to say the
know.
words. But is he?
He may have suffocated from a plunger stuck to his face.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was trying
Headlining?
a new bit with it, and
Yeah.
it's all he could take. He had one plunger too
Maybe,
many.
maybe he was hanging in a closet like David Carradine.
the
And
word I was talking about was headlining. He's headlining now, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's.
one open mic.
Do
to
they have like an
headline.
autoerotic explungiation or something?
Explungiation.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
That is, I like that word.
Explungiation.
Yeah,
Will
well,
you
that's the
explungiate
name
yourself?
of this episode.
Explungiation.
We're the Explungiation
It's
Nation.
amazing how you just come up with these tags for your shows.
Play
Yeah,
that
it's
in-
like I thought of them ahead of time, and they
No,
just pop into
they
my
just-
head. That's comedy brilliance, Scotty.
That
Play
is
that in Scrabble.
straight off the cuff.
Exactly.
You even know how to spell it too. Like that's.
Like you
I
spelled
was
it how.
just guessing.
It's-
I
well,
was
yeah,
just
it's a
guessing.
made-up
is
word.
it-
Can I guess how you spelled this?
Sure.
It's a
Let's
made-up
have
word.
a
It's-
Explungiation.
Your word, Scotty, is explungiation.
Can you
Explungiation.
use it in a sentence?
Explungiation. Yes. Can you use that in a
Yep.
sentence?
The poor open mic comic died of autoerotic explungiation.
Okay. Explungiation.
Nation of origin.
Explungiate. E X
right here, the live radio
P
show.
L U
Keep going.
N D.
Bing.
Yep. Wrong answer.
that little bell that has killed so many.
I wish
kids
we had a
these
bell in
days.
here.
Yeah. For the rest of you that are really wondering how I spelled it, you'll have to catch it on the website when I put it out there.
Ooh.
Kinky.
Yes.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
I'm over here trying to sound out what she just spelled.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can
Can
Kenne.
Kinky can I?
Kenne.
That's my new stripper name. Live on stage. Kinky can I?
How many first
Explungiation,
names
that's
are you
my
going to give
stripper
yourself?
names.
It depends on how long my meds work and my personalities come out.
Don Smith into the Explunginator.
Explunginator 2. This time it's personal.
It would be. It definitely would be. I'd say the first time was pretty personal, too. Anytime you...
I was disappointed in how unpersonal the first one was.
You were expecting so much
I
more.
was expecting eye contact.
You were
nothing.
expecting
It
a
was
straight in your face
just another
explungiation.
explungiation.
Straight in your face. Explungation.
This is a fun word.
You gotta fight
Yes.
for your
Because
right.
it can have so
You can just
many
make up our own
different
yeah.
meanings to it.
I mean, if strategery
Take that,
came into the
FC.
fold,
Exactly.
explungiation,
This is going to make its way to the White House
Strategic explungation.
within the next year.
Webster needs to prepare because it's coming.
Yep, it's
Like an
going to be an
explungiation.
angry presidential tweet. Explungiation.
Did you see the explungiation point he used at the end of that?
Just a plunger.
Oh, man.
All right.
It is good to be back on the air
Yeah.
for now.
I wonder
now.
what the Tidy Bowl man thinks of that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, man.
he should call in.
Tidy Bowl.
So, Scotty, now that you're taking a drink, what's been going on with you, man?
Oh.
Why the flat mohawk?
Oh, this was just,
Dare you.
no maintenance.
You just think, oh, I'm.
I gave my
already
hairstylist the
Right,
night off.
right.
The hairstylist got the
You
night
know,
off.
when Father Time came in here to this radio, the man was in a three-piece suit.
I knew he was. There's no doubt. In my mind.
Pandy Kaufman came in here in full panda costume, and you can't even do your hair.
But I'm still sleeveless.
That's true.
That's true, but that doesn't take any extra work. In fact, that takes less work because you don't have to put your
It's
arms
actually
through
90%
anything.
of the clothes I have are
Yeah,
sleeveless.
I mean,
you
your
have to
pants are
attach your
sleeveless.
sleeves.
That's how, you have a
Sleeveless in
sleeveless
Seattle.
hat. Scotty. Everything you own is sleeveless. Sorry, I'm used
Well,
to reaching for my phone when I hear that noise.
I apologize that I didn't hawk out for
Yeah,
tonight's
yeah.
show.
We've been waiting.
You and Aaron Phillips should both cut a promo. That's
Oh, I would,
hilarious.
man. I would love to live with Aaron Phillips for
Yeah.
the record.
Well, for like a week.
Oh, that would be.
You're like, everything's
Curious.
moderation. Well,
Yeah.
moderation doesn't exist in my head, John.
Not,
So
not in Aaron's either. So,
That would be curiously interesting.
you know, when you get
That would be a good that'd be a good sitcom.
when you get Boone's Farm puked all over your couch, you maybe want to move out at that point. But
I did that in the Miami
You
River.
should get closer to the mic.
should I?
Yeah. Well, you talk a little softer. It's kind of
Welcome
Carry
in,
a
Kind
big
of-
stick.
kind of sexy, John.
Wow.
We need to hear more from you, as in more volume. So
You want me to project?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
More cowbell.
See, I
Be-
see it
be a
going in the
projector.
red. Is it
We're gonna
going
need
into the
some
red bad?
explungiation from your
Right.
vocals. Really need to explungiate.
Yes.
Explungiate my voice.
Yep, explungiate from the diaphragm. That's
Ah,
what
that's-
Yes.
you need
that's
to
where
really
that's where I am
explungiate
mistaken.
See if I can do this.
your
We gotta
sentences.
explungiate.
There.
Perfect. I don't even know what that was. It was perfect.
I
And
don't
that's
even- I thought it was
why
Taz Sylvester meets.
that's why you're
Taz.
co-host this
It's like
week.
Taz and Sylvester in a.
Oh, Taz,
Yeah.
he's my hero.
I was gonna say a screaming match.
I was going to say Timmy off of South Park is what
Oh,
it was.
Timmy.
Yeah. Liberal explungiation, Timmy. Explungiation.
Lord,
That's
let me
going to be
know.
on the next season of South Park.
Yeah.
You watch. They're
Yep.
going to take that from you.
I'm going to
They-
sue him because
We have a
copyright.
documented proof.
Trademark explungiation. That is textbook explungiation of my rights.
Would you
I'd like to refer to
explungiate-
the case Don Smith v. South. I don't know where I'm
South
going
Park.
with
Yeah,
this.
just keep going.
Just
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
watching me. Like
So now that we're done with our squirrel moment,
Yeah.
there's nothing going on with me.
Oh, okay.
you care to explungiate.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, do you care to explungiate on that? Isn't that what you could do with your criminal record? Have it
I
explungiated?
wish.
Can I have this record expunged?
Run it down the toilet.
$500 and it is expunged.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Yep. We all need a little explungiation of some of the things on our record. every
Yeah,
now
I
and
need
then.
everything expunged. Because I'm sick of explaining why it isn't
Right,
expunged.
right. You don't have to explain it anymore once it's expunged.
Oh, sorry.
It wouldn't be you without that. So we're
At my
good.
age, I have to explungiate twice a year.
So John, how have you been?
Yep.
Yeah, so you got to host
The past Sunday.
Wiley's
yeah.
Sunday Comics last Sunday.
It wasn't
with
as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like
the show or the hosting.
both.
Oh, okay.
No, but there was a weird vibe that day. Just the one guy that showed up who was
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that tone got set early, huh?
oh yeah
Judging from the
Yeah,
feed that
the-
we were
the-
all.
yeah.
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah, Davey-
basically he was like if you took all your favorite parts of Robin Williams and threw that out and what was left.
Right.
He was
He's-
just
Oh.
he was just trying so hard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
do what?
Is that his
insomnia,
first time?
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it his first time? I don't know
He
because
didn't even
couldn't
go on.
read an email. Well, yeah, because he
didn't
wasn't
even go on.
supposed to.
Yep. He never replied
He,
back.
I was told that he got a reply giving him 4 Sundays.
4 in
Right,
a
as
row.
in the form where you pick
Oh,
pick
uh-huh.
2 of the 4 Sundays that you can do, and then you
Yeah.
get a confirmation email for one of them.
That's as far as
Yeah, he said he got to that form and said, "Hey, I got all 4. Look at that,
Look at that! I got a residency right off the bat.
man." I hope I can. I hope I can feature next week.
Oh.
And he did ask the of course, I know it's Karen's favorite question to hear from a first-time open micer. Do we get paid for this?
Do we get
Oh,
paid?
my.
So the guy that showed up 2 weeks early on the wrong date because he couldn't read his email and expected to go up on stage, then expected to be paid for his open mic time because he was amazing
He was that good.
off stage.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
just want to take my nice hat off and just really
Yeah.
Right. Put your sleeveless hat on.
That's
and
the
just-
thing.
expungiate.
Yeah.
I wanna
Enough of it.
expunge
Yeah. Yeah, he
Enough
need-
of
yeah,
it
he
was
needed to
done.
be-
He learned his lesson by the end of the day. He walked away defeated. So
It
and
got him some humble
expunged.
pie.
Expunged.
He was,
He-
if ever there was an explungiation.
he was expunged
Yeah.
twice in a row.
Well, then you
Yeah.
had, 4 women no-showed.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 women didn't
Yeah,
show
I
up.
heard about that. That's not good.
That's disappointing.
It is.
It's always disappointing when women don't show up.
No.
They stood
it's-
me up
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yep. Getting used to it.
Yeah.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
You know, maybe at the end of your show, you should have someone call in and see how many times you say that word, explungiate.
There you go. Get a
And there'd be a
ticker
prize, folks.
Well, they'd have to go all the way back to the beginning. They'd have to listen. They'd have to do it on the podcast because
Okay.
or on the rebroadcast. if I don't have to, if I don't have to
Dump.
anything.
You don't have to take a dump.
Oh,
button.
yeah, you can say dump on the air.
Yeah.
Can you
See,
say,
that's what happens when you take away the fun words. We have to create our own.
Yep.
And we have explungiation,
We're
so we're
professionals at this.
Good. Yeah, exactly. That's what we
Don't
do.
you test us.
I like to slurp once in a while. but-
Splurp?
Yeah.
Splurp.
I think, splurping goes hand in hand with expunging.
You might have to expunge that one.
Right. Yeah, I can expunge my splurp.
This is turning
Lucy, you've got
into
some explunging to do.
this is turning into like Dr. Seuss after dark.
It is. Dr. Seuss after dark. That's fantastic.
Ooh.
Expunge my splurp. All right, let's. I think it's time to.
Hi, people on the thing there.
On what?
I'm on Family Book. This isn't
Family
Facebook.
Book. I thought she said hi, people on fat thing there. I was like, where? I was looking around for people.
Have somebody telling me that I am needed at work. Well, I will be there tomorrow.
That's a terrible thing. That's a terrible thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get the comedy rundown out of the way, just in case you have to run off to work.
No, I'm not running off to the jail.
You're not running
Not
off
tonight.
to jail. Oh, is that what they were saying? Well, tell them your record's been expunged, so you don't need to. Now.
We're not going to let this go, are we?
No,
This
we're
is gonna
not.
be a whole show type deal. Okay. Making sure.
All right, here's this week's comedy rundown brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Tuesday, July 24th, tonight, live at the live comedy, expunged. Live comedy at the Blue Note Bistro at 23 East Central Avenue in Miamisburg. That show starts at 8 p.m.
Still got time to get there.
Still got time to get there, and if you have to run there and miss the rest of this show, it will be rebroadcast.
There you go.
And then you can also find it at thelife1069.com. Several links to there starting Friday, and also on Eventide Entertainment. But back to the comedy rundown.
This is a great lineup, too, that you're getting ready to announce at the Blue Note tonight.
I'm not announcing the lineup. I don't want everybody to be surprised.
Ah.
Who's on, Scott?
Gabe
I know Bridget Dunman's on.
Yeah.
Mark
Gabe
Shalafu.
Gabe Kia.
Gabe Kia, yeah. And of course,
Mark
Karen Jesse.
Shalafu.
Wednesday, July 25th.
Sorry.
You're going to get exploded. Wednesday, July 25th, open mic at the South Park Tavern at South Park. There we go again. At 1301 Wayne Avenue. That show starts at 9 p.m. Thursday, July 26th, open mic at the Hookah Bazaar at 958 Patterson Road in Dayton. That show starts at 10 p.m. Sign-ups if you want some stage time are at 9:30. Also Thursday, July 26th, open mic at the Dayton Funny Bone starts at 9:45 p.m. Friday and Saturday, July 27th and 28th, Nate, you all right? Yeah. Okay. Nate Washington. See, you made me do it. Friday and Saturday, July 27th and 28th, Nate Washington is going to be at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in the Oregon District. Also Friday and Saturday, just 27th and 28th, Dan Cummins is going to be at Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. And Sunday, July 29th, no Wiley's Sunday Comics. Not going to be at Wiley's Comedy Club on Sunday. Instead, we are all going to join our friends at the Dayton Funny Bone for the Smoke and Crack with Comics in a Caravan show to raise some money for our good friend. Yeah, we can say that on the air. To raise some money for our good friend Dale Blumquist. Jay Snyder's going to be headlining that show. It's going to be a great show for great calls. That starts at 7:30 at the Dayton Funny Bone. I hate having to advertise Dayton Funny Bone over Wiley's right now, but it's for
a
Dale.
good cause.
Yeah,
It's for Dale.
Absolutely.
It's for Dale. We can
My
do
thing is, like, the smoking crack with comics part is any of those comics really smoke crack?
No, none of them.
Probably
I have.
not, yeah.
I should be on that.
You should
Not that
have
show,
have you
but
not
just
been on
you
there?
should be
You should be
hosting.
hosting.
Yeah.
Have you not been on that one?
No.
Oh, that's wrong.
No, that's not that wrong. There's a lot more seasoned comics that have been on there
Yep.
that have
Jesse,
been well
if you light
deserving
a
of
front,
it.
Jesse
Yeah, but
knows
not
about
seasoned with crack. That's the difference. When we're talking about crack, you're well seasoned, Scotty.
This is true. This is true.
Anyway, that is it. As always, check out wileyscomedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. And don't forget to show some love on Monday nights to shows at Hannah's at 121 North Ludlow Street in Dayton and the open mic at Ollie's at 518 Miamisburg Centerville Road.
Yeah.
Woohoo! And we are going to play a little bit of Potter's Field, and then
that was
I
fast.
reckon we'll be back here shortly with more of this
Explungiation.
Whatever. I knew that was coming from
Yeah,
somewhere.
choo-choo,
All right, we'll be back
train
here
wreck.
shortly.
Flames increase with persistence, burning all my bridges. I see my father's face when I look in a mirror. Break the promise I swore to myself. Burn my bridges, now it's time to heal. Break the promise I swore to myself. Burn my bridges, now it's time to heal.
Move over Jimmy Kimmel. Step aside Conan O'Brien. Back off Stephen Colbert. It's my turn. I'm Mike Shea, and every Tuesday on my show, Mike Talks Funny, I sit down and talk with comedians, actors, film fans, podcasters, anybody willing to get down, get deep, and get dirty.
I don't remember the first time I had sex. That was horrible. I didn't even finish the first time I had sex.
I've tasted what most comics want, and now I have to go back and eat the leftovers.
You're so brave for wearing that shade of lipstick on stage. Oh my God.
Think of Last Comic Standing, and Mystery Science Theater 3000 had a baby, and that's the show.
My online doppelganger is also a larger black man. He is Adrian Miller. All the top results are he's a professor.
Interviews with great people, not to mention all kinds of awesome new music every show.
Hey, this is Don Smith.
This is Scotty Mays.
Hey, this is Kevin Goatee with Comics Watching Comics.
Brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
Lane, I've been going to this high school for 7.5 years. I'm no dummy.
Goatee. All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with my guest co-host for the week, the amazing Holly Shock.
Hi, everybody. I've been sitting in this chair all 7 days.
The high energy, the very quiet.
Catholic, very Catholic.
Very Catholic, yes.
She puts the meth in Methodist.
Yeah.
Scotty Mays is also in here with the meth and Methodist comment.
Yeah.
You all right?
Way to direct that.
We're
In
pinning
case
that one
anybody
on
gets
you.
upset,
Yeah.
that was Scotty Mays.
Yes, that was Scotty Mays.
You can
And
find
nothing
him at 716.
His address.
And John Morris is also in the studio with us.
What's up, y'all?
Word.
Top of the morning to you.
You've been waiting the whole time we were on break to do
you
that.
did it.
Yeah, and you did it.
You did it.
How
My day is done. Bye.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. How do you feel about having done that?
I feel with my hands. Thank you.
Okay.
True story.
Yeah, Scotty can attest. He's right next to you.
I'm being expunged.
You're being expunged.
Oh, God, there goes that word again.
I like how it keeps making its way back.
It's like a
never
herpes.
Watch it.
Word herpes. We just invented a word herpes.
You can't get this book and go, oh, my God, that word's actually...
Can't expunge those.
No, they're with you for life.
No.
Every time you turn around,
You
it's
make
just
it
gonna
worse
come
if you
right
do
back.
that.
Elliot Ness and the Explungibles.
Holy hell. Can I say hell?
Well, you did.
Well, you covered
We've been
both
under
grounds.
some tight
Right.
security right now.
That's true. I keep waiting
Like
for
Big
him
Brother
to put,
is
like,
certainly
yeah.
watching us.
See, I keep waiting for him to put like somebody in the back of the room. That's only your reflection, Holly. Holly's lost in the window.
Well, get that dump ready.
You're facing the other way. You're good.
Okay.
I didn't hear none of that.
Who's that female dog waving at me?
Every now and then we lose a guest co-host to the window of all places.
To the window.
To the window.
And also to the wall.
To the sweat run. Oh, wait. Go ahead.
What?
The
Okay.
window, such a pain.
So how about Limp Bizkit at Sunoco, John? What's that happening again?
Yeah,
They
we're
were
gonna
good.
have that.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Good turnout.
Yeah,
Good time.
Remember when Nate Washington went in there to buy tickets? That was hilarious.
it was.
That was funny.
They actually
I
put up.
I missed that.
They actually put up a piece of paper, like a note on the door. Not happening. You're like, oh no, it's happening.
Who started that? By the
I don't
way?
know. It was some musician from the Oregon district.
that actually
Yeah.
started that. Oh, that's fun. It's something local like that. It's important to have that kind of local thing.
It got nationwide
Man,
coverage.
did that not- yeah.
People were talking about that in California. Everywhere.
Like nationwide.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy.
At least we're known for something.
It would have been great if it got all the way to Limp Bizkit and they decided to. Oh, I said we couldn't say that, didn't they?
Yep, he did say that.
Man,
All right.
They'd actually got
we're
to them.
going to
They
get my whole
they
show
tweeted
exploded.
like, "We're not going to
Yeah,
be.
we're not
there."
going to be at the Sunoco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We haven't
Why
even
not?
reached county
I mean,
fair,
what else
like-
did they have to do?
yeah, for real. Like,
It's- yeah.
you have probably the best crowd you're ever going to get right there waiting for you.
Yeah.
All you have to do
Yeah.
is show up.
Yeah.
Missed opportunities.
Yep.
That's
Well, they're
all,
expunged
all it
now,
is.
so.
Yep, there you go. Hey, should we start some news stories? Are we excited about news stories?
I love your news stories, Don
Okay.
Smith,
Okay.
DS.
What's that all about, Scotty?
I don't know. It sounded kind of like abrasive, didn't it?
It did. It sounded
like
you
you
were
were setting him
threatening
up.
my
Like, hello,
news
Newman.
story. Yeah, Newman.
No,
But-
for the news.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I don't know what was it?
That's from The Simpsons.
A German
Oh, schnitzel.
Let's expunge that. real quick.
Expunge that.
Expunge that.
We'll start over. A German city that could have been really bad. Yeah.
Was sehen Sie bitte?
A German city is looking for a way to get rid of a giant catfish that is believed to have developed a taste for ducklings after eating all of its fellow fish in the municipal pond. The roughly 1.5 meter, 4.9 foot fish has been making waves in Offenbach. I don't know if we can say that either. But in Offenbach near Frankfurt, the news agency DPA reported that the city government almost did it again. Said Monday that it has found a professional professional angler. Where else but Germany would you find professional angler?
People get this fish. This is the last thing I know.
Yep, that fish.
They've been pro for a while.
It has found a professional angler to catch the fish. First seen a year ago, the fish, not the angler. But a formal contract has yet to be signed because he's fishing. They can't find him. The city plans to have its unwelcome guests caught alive and taken to a private pond somewhere.
Killed in front of the town.
in a train. But officials will first have to be satisfied that it can't escape into flowing water and that its new home is suitable for catfish. How thoughtful.
You know,
There are so many bad jokes.
if
that
they
we can-
would just bread that bad boy up, it would
Exactly,
feed the whole
yeah.
town.
Yeah.
How long did they say it was?
Well, they said 4.9 foot.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, don't you dare
Almost-
say centimeters.
Yes.
It's America.
That's tiny catfish.
Yeah.
Have you seen Little Billy? He was throwing dimes in the pond.
What accent is that?
I don't know. They kind of went all over the board.
That's
Couldn't
that's
they use
like,
a V2 or something to get them? Rocket?
yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah,
They got some old supply
if it
coffee
ate
heads
all the other
somewhere.
fish in the lake, like just pop some dynamite down there, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What are you worried about?
yeah. You're going to kill the wildlife that it
That
killed?
it already ate.
I mean, don't they have some
Well,
leftover?
besides, if it already ate all the fish in there, it's gonna starve.
How do they?
It's got
that's a good
nothing-
point. That's
Unless
a
it
good
gets
point.
the taste for, or that's what
Well,
it
it said
started
it had
eating
the
ducks.
taste for ducklings.
Yeah.
How many can there be?
Yeah.
Do you think
I
he's
mean,
like
eventually it's gonna
eventually
run
it's like
out,
duck, duck, then goose, right?
Right. Well, it's just going to keep going up, and eventually small children will come
I'm
up missing.
so sorry.
Oh,
I'm
I'd like
so-
to expunge that joke from the record.
Yeah. Can you hit the dump button?
As long as it wasn't duck, duck, goose steps.
Oh!
Because we don't need to be talking about the goose stopper.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I
No,
don't
this
know.
John's like, you know what, dude? I know I rode here with you, but
I'll walk.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're making me really uncomfortable right now. Well, we'll go with a more pleasant story from
Is it
right
from
here,
Florida?
from right here in the great state of Ohio.
Uh-oh.
Workers in Metropolitan Sewer District in Ohio have
In Dayton.
otherwise known as Cincinnati. Workers in a metropolitan sewer. I was right. Workers in a metropolitan. Workers. I can't get it out. Workers in a metropolitan sewer district in Ohio have amassed an impressive collection of toys, eyeglasses, and other objects that made their way through the sewer system. The Metropolitan Sewer District of Greater Cincinnati provides wastewater collection and treatment for businesses and residents in Hamilton County and small portions of the adjacent Butler, Warren, and Claremont counties. This is getting way too informative for just a silly news story. Anyway,
now we're in Mason.
right, exactly. Brad Blankenship, a plant supervisor at the station, says that items include balls, cell phone. There's a reason I paused after that one.
But it just sounded like you emphasized it when you said
Balls.
balls.
You know, the things you play with.
Cell phones, credit cards, and watches have been found. Blankenship and co-workers grab the interesting finds and add the sanitized objects, I'm glad they clean them, to a shelf in the plant.
Oh,
So if you ever lose your balls,
Blankenship's got
check
them.
Blankenship down in Cincinnati.
I was gonna say, what do they do? Just hang on to it like a museum? Or
Yeah, you have the museum.
Sewer
of-
museum.
do you go pick it up like this is mine? How would you prove
They
that it's
call
yours?
it the crapper keeper.
then they hand them out
Did you
to the
have that
employees.
one ready?
No, I
you
didn't.
had that
That
one
just
ready. He was
came
like,
out,
oh.
man.
It's like, you know what we found in the poop chutes?
He had that news story. It's like, oh, you know what? Crapper keeper.
Crapper keeper.
Gonna
That's
kill.
brilliant.
It's gonna kill.
Never get a Secret Santa gift from them. No. Hey, that's where they should dump that carp at.
Yeah, when you shake it and it sloshes around. Ooh, I
This
got a
food
pooper
smells
present.
like. Yeah, we get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we get it.
Why is there a corn on my Hot Wheel?
Oh
man.
you all right? What was that?
Excellent there, sir.
Oh, okay.
That's one of my favorite country songs, Corn on My Hot Wheel.
Did you have that one ready? You don't believe the crapper keeper.
Oh, the crapper keeper.
It was too clean. It was too. It was crisp.
Sometimes
It's
it
like you were
happens,
just waiting
John.
for a pause. Like,
Sometimes-
that's it, crapper keeper. That's the
Sometimes
time.
it just happens.
Dude, that was beautiful though. That was good.
John thinks it was staged.
Yeah. Breaking the fourth wall.
You know, most of these news stories like that one, I put that in here like 3 weeks ago, and I don't get through all of them in a show. So usually I'll have it for several weeks behind. So I really don't remember what half of these are.
So you just gave us the scraps, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
These aren't
You're
even
getting the leftovers
These
from
aren't
good
even
shows,
the good
John.
news stories. Yeah.
Last week we had a good show.
We had a good
This
show
is-
before. Didn't get to this one.
Yep, this is what washed down the sewer.
All right.
The balls in the carp.
Keep your Blankenship to yourself.
Rhode Island's governor says she's holding summer office hours at the beach. Democratic Governor Gina Raimondo, that's why she's had him at the beach, will hold the first event Monday at Scarborough State Beach in Narragansett. That's a heck of a name. She'll be joined by, how does that, it's Rhode Island. How does a name that long actually fit on a Rhode Island beach?
Yeah, I know, because it's only like that big.
Right. I've seen maps. That thing's tiny.
Right.
She'll be joined by members of her Office of Constituent Services to help connect residents with various services. Isn't that what we just said?
I'm so
Who
confused.
wrote this?
Maybe
That's
you
why
should
it's
read
government.
over these.
Maybe I should read over this and say, yep, probably not going to read this one. While there, she plans to sign an executive order to reduce reliance on single-use plastics that can end up in the state's waters. This is very important. Raimondo says she's looking forward to hosting office hours and hearing directly from residents at some of the state's most popular destinations. She plans to go to East Matanook State Beach on July 23rd and Lincoln Woods State Park on August 3rd. So she's just taking vacation and calling them meetings.
I was going to say, that seemed way more informative than funny.
Right. Well, that was the idea. We need to know where she is.
It was almost like
Because
if you were to
she's-
send her an email, that's the automatic reply you
Right.
get
That's
back
what,
in your
yeah,
email.
I
being-
think that's what happened is whoever wrote that news story, they just sent her the email.
Hey, Don,
Yeah.
how much coastline does Rhode Island have? About a mile and a half?
Well, I think it's those 3 beaches. They just kind of.
Whoa,
You know.
whoa.
Yeah,
You might have
Oh,
to dump
yeah, that's
that.
a little abrasive there
Yeah,
too.
I'm
buddy.
sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Let me.
You want to dump that one?
I'll dump those
Those
beaches.
are, those, are,
You show those beaches who's boss.
those are 3 of my favorite beaches, thank you.
I'm going to kick sand at those beaches. Yes.
Well, yeah, something's happening.
I got nothing
This-
for that.
Yeah, this is.
I got
What's wrong, Scotty? Are you? wanna talk
I don't
about-
know. That's
Do we need to have some office hours at the beach? We need to start
think we do.
broadcasting from the beach.
we should and be aware of plastic.
Right,
So,
right. It's all about as we're drinking from plastic
Yeah.
water bottles.
I'm actually going to throw this in the lake anyways. So.
Well, yeah, that's where water came from. It was straight back
right.
to nature.
I mean, we're just recycling.
Don't you use your tricky logic on me, okay? I will fight you.
Yeah, God invented plastic for us, so hey.
Exactly. It's all part of nature. What
all
is
part of
not
nature.
natural about
We
it?
just alter it
Right.
slightly.
Right. Well, no, it's all things found in nature. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist.
Oh, don't get too deep.
Don't you?
We're starting to.
I'm going to start waving at the mirror again.
Yep. We've lost Holly again. Did you hear about the sealed sarcophagus?
Yep.
Yeah,
Sure did.
Awesome.
that was cool.
No need to go on.
Well, moving on.
Him and that esophagus really had to go at it. Go ahead.
It got expunged.
There it is, folks. That's the 100th explunge of the day.
Did you hear about the sealed sarcophagus they opened in Egypt, only to find 3 skeletons stewing in putrid rust-colored soup?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yep. Did you perhaps wonder what it would be like to taste that very same soup?
There's a petition.
Yep. To put a cup of this long marinated bone broth to your lips, inhale its succulent essence, and draw a long sip. You're not alone.
Die.
A Change.org user going by the name Innismik, MCK. I can't.
MCK's got some fresh beats, though.
MCK. He created a petition in the name of this total sacrilege, and as of Saturday afternoon, it's gathered more than 8,000 signatures from petitioners who wish to sample the forbidden nectar. Or, whatever,
nectar,
quote unquote. The petition reads, "We need to drink the red liquid from the cursed dark sarcophagus in the form of some sort of carbonated energy drink for Scotty May.
Now we're talking.
So we can assume its powers and finally die."
Let me get some of that pre-workout, man.
You can call it Pharaoh.
Get some of that mummy
Pharaoh
magic.
energy drink. Are you kidding me? That's a perfect
Pharaoh energy.
Pharaoh
I love
energy.
that.
Man,
Feel
yes.
like a god.
You want to get your pyramid workout on?
Yep. Harnessing the power of the pyramid.
You can carry this 1-ton block 30,000 miles.
And all your slave friends.
Just like the Hebrew slaves.
The energy a slave needs.
The energy of the Hebrew.
Hello, ethnic group. How you doing today?
Can we say that? You can't say that on
You
radio.
can't.
I'm
You can
pretty
say
sure
a
we can.
Methodist, but a Hebrew slave is something you cannot utter.
Yeah. Oh, to be clear, the liquid is actually sewage water that leaked in over the centuries. The Egyptian
Cincinnati?
ministry.
Oh, then let it do it.
Yep, the Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities said this week, which is why the mummies were found decomposed instead of preserved.
And then they found 8 toys and washed them and put them on the shelf.
And the
And
crapper
a
keeper.
Egyptian balls, yes.
Yep, and a credit card, a Pharaoh's credit card,
Pharaoh's credit card.
washed up in the sewage as well. So,
Don't leave
Oh,
Pharaoh without
come on. Between us, we got to have the name for the Pharaoh's credit card company. What would that be?
Ramses.
Nothing.
Boy, you guys really went out on that one. I like it.
You all right, Scotty?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're just thinking about that
I'm good.
energy.
You want
drink,
some-
aren't you?
What's that
now.
Pharaoh's
Man,
energy?
all the Pharaoh's energy. I got to try
The
this.
7 plagues. Or how many plagues were there? 9?
Well, this
Not enough.
I think there were 10. This would be the 11th
Okay.
if we drank
10
sarcophagus sewage water. Soup would be, yeah.
With Cincinnati sewer
Pharaoh's soup.
Yeah. With a crapper keeper chaser.
Crapper keeper chaser. That's what about it.
Oh, what do we got next? This one's dumb. I don't even know why I put it on here, but we're going to read it anyway because there might be something there.
It's got to be better than Rhode Island.
Anything's got to be better than Rhode Island.
The state.
Yeah,
not
but,
the,
right,
not the
exactly.
artisan.
The news story was fine.
It's the only
Just
state
Rhode
says you are
Island
entering
itself.
Rhode Island and leaving Rhode Island on the same part of the sign.
Yeah. Rising New York real estate prices don't just affect the average person, they also impact the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, apparently.
Oh, no.
The classic cartoon hero's latest series, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, debuts September 17th on Nickelodeon. Woohoo. To promote the series, Nickelodeon invited journalists attending Comic-Con in San Diego to interview Turtles Donatello and Michelangelo via virtual reality. The Turtles got real about the hidden costs of being a hero in New York, exclusively to a Huffington Post journalist, David Moy. Let me tell you, said Michelangelo, the rent is sky high. It cost me 4,000 turtle dollars to stay in the lair. This, like I said,
what does
this
that
is
convert
one of
to?
Yeah, you live in a sewer.
I don't know bitcoins. I think
We got a sewer theme going.
we
Yeah.
do. I think this whole show
Go right
is
down
going to
there.
wash up in Cincinnati Metropolitan Sewer Station.
Take that, Mr. Blankenship.
We're going to end up in the Crapper Keeper as well.
I feel like that could have been hilarious, though. The fact that you could just sit down and ask them about the living costs of New York.
Right, in the
That means
sewer.
you could ask Donatello, what's the best way to change your front wheel bearings? And he'd probably give you some type of answer.
Right.
And get real
Yeah.
deep about it too.
Yeah, well, that's what you expect to get deep when you're
Like New York
talking
style
to
pizza or
an
Chicago
animal that lives
pizza?
in the sewer. What's that?
Deep dish. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the turtles would probably debate that.
Turtle soup.
Turtle soup.
That's what I want to try is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle soup.
Well, and now you're a sex offender.
Yeah, that's right. I better get the adult ninja.
You better.
The adult Mutant Ninja Turtle soup.
Brought to you by Dateline. We care.
Good luck getting that record expunged.
Yeah, that definitely needs expunged right
You'll
there.
get expunged.
If ever I needed an explungiation, it's right now.
You'll get expunged by a guy named
Yeah.
Bruno in jail.
Really?
I don't know.
Man.
You sounded interested.
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't had action in a while.
I missed that.
What?
I was way behind you. Why? You said you haven't had
Wife's
action.
here. How'd she get in?
She's in that crate.
Oh, okay. That's where I keep her. South Australian koala. This is the last news story, by the way. Probably not sewer related, but I haven't read far enough to see. You never
It's
know.
from down under, though.
Might
Washed
get there.
up in a
It is
sewer.
from down under. It's an Australian story. So, Holly, prepare us an accent.
Yeah, 'cause
you got a few minutes to practice.
No, I tried it last time and I murdered an Australian.
Crikey, it was terrible.
Yeah, I'll never do that again.
The South Australian koala had to be saved by Fauna Rescue of South Australia volunteers for the third time when he was found stuck in a fence at the SA Powers Network's Happy Valley Station. The SA Power Network's Happy Valley Station. That sounds like something that should be a kid's show starring a koala with his head stuck in a fence.
For the third time.
Yep, the large adult male koala. Yes, that's actually how he's being referred to, not to be confused with, I don't even know what that
Don't
means.
assume his gender.
That's true. That's true. I didn't. I'm just reading what these volunteers, what these just
Very PC,
unenlightened volunteers at the Fauna Rescue of South Australia there in Happy Valley Substation.
Well, maybe he doesn't even identify as a koala.
Hey, that's true. Maybe he identifies as a fence post, and that's why he was.
or a colonic. Maybe he identifies as a colonic.
Anyway, he was rescued from the fence on Tuesday shortly after 8:30 a.m. Fauna Rescue volunteer Sally Selwyn. It's kind of like when you hear kind of like where you hear a Hispanic name and everybody has to say. This is with Australian. It's an Australian name, so you have to say it that way. Sally Selwyn told Adelaide Now that it looked, quote, like he's crawled under the fence to go somewhere as they do, and then sat up as he was under the fence and got his head caught. But he didn't have the brains to bob back down again and get out. Yeah, a brainless,
If it's the third time,
brainless fence koala
If it's
that
the-
identifies as a fence post.
if it's the third time, maybe just let it die. Maybe just let it
I
die.
swear I just heard Monty Python.
Hello, my name's Chris with the koala, and I got me head stuck in this bloody koalas make spam.
Koalas don't like spam.
All I want to do is charge me phone.
Oh man! Hold on. I got something for this.
I didn't want anything without spam in it. Well, spam, egg, sausage, and spam. There's not got much spam in it. I don't want any spam.
What? Koalas and bacon,
I had
koalas
to-
and cheese. Koala bacon, lettuce and cheese.
Aren't
Not
koalas
koala
known
now.
for having hepatitis too?
Not that I've never really had to worry
I'm
about.
I'm pretty sure I heard that. Maybe.
What, Monty Python's got?
I tell you what.
No, just as koala.
I tell you what, listeners, you Google that for us.
Yep. Google koala hepatitis.
We can start a event for
I don't
that.
Pretty sure.
Hepatitis K.
Special K is what they
Special
call
K.
it. Down under.
Definitely special K.
He's Special
definitely.
K if he's stuck in a fence post like 3 times.
All the special K the koala.
Well, that's what they named him afterward because he's apparently stuck his head in a fence post several times.
Oh, no. Do you have to turn him?
He's not the brightest koala in the bush.
You have to turn him the opposite way to get his head out of the fence. You know,
Oh, crikey,
that's
look.
right.
Crikey, look, he's biting my pistol again.
He's getting his butt kicked by a roo now.
It's the last time he's going to do that.
Sounds like this koala wants to go.
Someone slap him with that platypus. That'll get him out.
Yeah.
I want to
participate so bad, but I'm going to butcher this
You just
accent.
don't know how to slap
I'm just
a
going to sit
koala
here and
with
laugh
your
at all you guys.
Oh, look, the koala likes spam. The koala is spam.
Holy hell. All right.
You all right?
Yeah, man, my cheeks hurt. My face cheeks. My face cheeks. My face cheeks
Holly
hurt.
said she feels with her hands.
The mortal enemy of a koala is the Tasmanian dirt devil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's it.
On
Yeah.
ice.
Ooh on ice.
That's what he said.
It's a second map
ice.
reference we've heard this hour.
Koala on ice. That's a new Disney show that went really bad.
Yeah, koala on ice. Now with twice the fence.
And the bugger's trying to bite me.
Oh, can I get the skates on him?
I bet you putting skates on a koala would be a hard job.
Hey, we can put skis on a squirrel. We can put skates on a koala, folks.
If a koala was on ice, he would have broke out of that fence like hours ago. He'd still be running.
Crikey made it all the way here.
I'm halfway to Easter Island by now.
All right. Well, sadly, with this momentum, we have to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that.
I didn't say we were leaving, Holly. You don't have to wave.
I'll wait back.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna have to take our mandatory hour top of the hour break. Not an hour break. We'll be back much sooner than that. But we won't play the longest, most terrible Black Sabbath song.
Yeah, that was
in between.
That was bad. There was moments of like, yeah, and then it was like,
this
oh,
is Sabbath.
Okay.
This is good.
Yeah.
Sabbath life.
Yeah.
Sabbath.
All right. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and we'll be back shortly.
Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM with a repeat broadcast on Wednesdays from noon to 2, or you can always stream the show live at wwsu1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email the life1069@gmail.com.
Why is there a corn on my Hot Wheel?